Hey, this is Jesse with Create This. Today I have two ultralight titanium backpacking wood stoves to compare with you. The first is on the left here, the Lixada Titanium, and it comes with this nylon stuff sack kind of thing. And on the right here is the Firebox Nano G2, and it comes with more of a, seems like sort of a canvas bag. So let's go ahead and weigh these. I figured that would be a good start. Obviously the Lixada Titanium is larger, and it weighs in at about 11 ounces. And the Firebox Nano G2, see if we can get that sack more or less on the scale, weighs in at about 4.7 to 4.8 ounces, somewhere in there, with the stove itself, which is titanium, the sack, and the black windscreen. One thing that should be noted about the Firebox is it also comes with this steel, I believe it's steel, tin that has some additional like wires and stuff in it. This is fairly heavy. It's about 2.8 ounces, 3.0 ounces, somewhere in there. Put these two together, then you end up with a fairly heavy weight, 7.7 ounces, 7.8, somewhere in there. So not real great for backpacking, but the nice thing is you can just put the tin aside and the stove and the sack itself only weigh 4.8 ounces. And it easily, quickly folds up and it'll fit into this sack like so, which is pretty awesome. That's my favorite feature of this stove. With the Lixada Titanium, it is much more complicated to break down and put back together. Let me show you that now. So again, this is the sort of a nylon Velcro sack that it comes with, and to get it in there, we've got to take off the crossbars, and we've got to one side of this goes down and the other one goes up. So take that apart, and we take this apart, take that off. It's just kind of fiddly, So there we go. And then I guess we can shove that all into the sack there, in theory anyway. Like so. So quite a bit more work and effort to get that secured. But it does go into the sack and it packs up fairly neatly. Putting it back together is the reverse, but it can be a little more complicated. Oh, by the way, if you're wondering why my nails are painted black, my daughter wanted to paint my nails, and black is my favorite color, so. All right, so I got it out of the sack there. Let's go ahead and put it together. So these are gonna be the side pieces here. Put those down like this, and this is going to be the back, so I'll put that like that, and put the back on first, and the side kind of notches into these slots here. Slide that down. This stove is $30, so it's, even in titanium, it's pretty cheap, but I kind of feel like you get what you pay for with these. This is a little fiddly. I mean, it's doable. It's just fiddly. All right, there we go. And then again, with this one side goes up and the other side goes down, which is a little weird. Okay, and then the two crossbars go on top, and they go like this. Boom. So I didn't time that, but that was probably what, like 3-4 minutes, something like that. I mean, it was non-trivial. It takes a little while. Whereas the Firebox Nano G2, on the other hand, you take it out of the pouch, you unfold it, you push the thing down in the center, and you're ready to go already. So pretty awesome. I really like the design on the Nano G2, and I like the weight, but let's see how they burn. Okay, so I think I've got all my supplies ready. Over here on the left, I've got some cotton balls. These are starter and Vaseline that keeps the starter going a little longer. I've got my magnesium striker. This is an MSR branded model and works pretty well. I've got some little twigs that I found laying around my property on the ground, and I've just kind of broken them down into, you know, about that length. And I've got a Stanley pot, aluminum, filled up to about the 591 milliliter mark, and so that'll go right on the top like so. And I think we're ready. Let's try to get this thing started. Need to find a good way to carry the Vaseline on the trail. I haven't bothered to figure that one out yet, but I just dip it in the Vaseline, and I like to spread apart the cotton ball a little bit. Gives it a better catching area, more surface area. Let's see how many tries this takes me. I'm not super great at this. Hey, not bad. Put our pot on, and we'll go ahead and start a stopwatch. You generally want to keep feeding these fires. They burn quick, and they go out pretty easily. I'm personally keeping an eye on this pot because I don't trust it. I think it's going to fall. We're at the 2-minute and 50-second mark. Here we are at 4 minutes and 34 seconds, and I think it's pretty much safe to say that we've got a rolling boil going on there. Yeah, cool. There we go. Take that down. Whew. All right, so that was pretty successful. However, here's what can happen. I don't like this stove because, let me dump out most of this water here. We just give that a little shove. Oh, there you go. I mean, yes, I did a lot of work to make that happen, but if that pot were full of water and there was somebody sitting there right next to it, they would have gotten burned, right? They could have gotten scalded, and if you're out in the woods, that could be a really serious problem. So I'm not a huge fan of this crossbar system. I would like to see these positively locked so that this can't happen. Maybe it won't be an issue for you, but I mean, again, when I just had this on my front porch, it's not an even surface. This was happening to me all the time. So I'm not a huge fan of this stove, mostly for that reason, but also because it's a little heavier. All right. That was great. Let's move on to the Nano G2. Okay, same test, this time with the Firebox Nano G2 stove. I'm actually a little nervous about this one because I have never fired up this stove before. I just got it a few days ago and I've never burned in it. So that's why it has this regular silver color to it. It'll change that rainbow patina, the same as the other stove once it heats up. Again, we've got 590 milliliters of water. We have cotton balls, Vaseline, and magnesium fire starter. So I may have subconsciously picked smaller twigs this time around because it is a smaller stove. Hopefully that's not too much of an issue. I'm not trying to bias it in any particular way. it's a smaller area. What I'm gonna do, my strategy is I'm just gonna load it up. We'll see if we can get it started. Put some larger ones in there too. And with this one, there are these feed ports right here where you can put things in. So we'll make use of those. One cotton ball. Give it a bit of surface area. And I'm actually not sure where I want to put this one. I think I'm just going to try putting it on top, and we'll see how that works. There we go. Looks to me like it is caught. So, and we'll start our timer. We're at 1:52. I suspect this is going to take a little longer. Maybe I just haven't perfected the loading technique with this one yet, or maybe it's because it's a smaller stove, it's going to be a little harder to work with. We'll see. So we're at about 3:44, and it is just now caught. 5:14, 8 minutes. It's taken quite a while. Yeah, there we go. Here's our rolling boil. Nice. All right, so we'll take this off here. Yeah, seems like it's cool. So total time there was 9 minutes and 12 seconds. Definitely takes longer than the Lixada Titanium, but I gotta say, I really love that it's so compact and it's easy to pack up. So if burn time is your primary consideration, you might prefer the Lixada, honestly. Because this one it seems like it's a little slower. It's got smaller feed ports, it takes smaller diameter material, so naturally it's going to take a little longer to boil. You can see we're getting our cool titanium patina pattern. If you need a larger pot here, if you need to put like a pan, like a frying pan or something on there, you can take these legs and you can rotate them out the other way. Not sure if I can do that while it's burning. Yeah, I can. There we go. And so when you do that to all four corners, then you have a much larger footprint. It would be nice if you could rotate the bottom legs out individually versus the top legs. Like if you could have the top legs in and the bottom legs out for stability, but this version doesn't do that. I don't know if they're planning on changing that in the future. This is a much more expensive stove than the other one. This is I want to say I paid like something ridiculous, like $79 for it or something, or $75 on Amazon versus $30 for the Lixada stove. So it weighs about half as much as the Lixada Titanium stove, but it takes perhaps twice as long to boil, and it is more than twice as expensive. So, you know, you have to make that decision for yourself. For me, the weight savings is worth it because this is just going to be my secondary stove most of the time. I usually carry an Isopro stove. I've got an MSR Pocket Rocket too, and that'll probably be my primary. I'll cook on this one, but almost always be bringing enough fuel for the Pocket Rocket. This is just sort of a curiosity and maybe a way to save some fuel when I'm at the campsite and teach my kids about, you know, fire burning and things like that. Hey, I hope you found this video interesting or useful. Just a quick note, I buy all of these products on this channel with my own money. I don't have any sponsors or anything. I feel like it keeps the reviews a little bit more honest that way. I do have links to these products down below the video in the description of the video on Amazon. So if you would like to buy some of these, please go ahead and click the link and buy it through there. I get a small commission when you do that, and it just helps support the channel and encourages me to continue making videos like this. If you have any questions or comments, please do leave them down below the video in the comments section, especially if you have any ideas for anything for me to review in the future. If you enjoyed this video, smash the like button down below. As always, thanks for watching, and please subscribe.